Oi oi people, and welcome back to another episode of the Bogan Gooner breakdown. Today we're going to be chatting about some stuff that's going on. The Chelsea game. We'll be looking forward to the West Brom game, which is going to happen tomorrow morning for me, but today for most of the guys in the UK, and just some other random stuff about Arsenal as we go. I hope you guys all like the new intro track. Took me ages to find audio that was royalty free, so no doubt it will change again at some point. But the next step is to get a better camera. This camera on the laptop here sucks ass. I did actually try and use my phone camera, but for some reason the video editing software I'm using doesn't like the phone footage. So we are where we are, people. We are where we are. So I guess we'll get into the Chelsea defeat. I've made some notes for some stuff that I want to chat about. So we'll get stuck into that. The VB is becoming a bit of a tradition whilst doing these, guys. It's about lunchtime on Tuesday, so I think that's appropriate. Alright, so the first thing to say about the Chelsea game, guys, is that both goals were pretty much exactly the same. We gave Reece James far too much space on the right wing there. Chelsea's formation, whilst you'd think of a three-back or a five-back as being defensive, or a lot of our fans do anyway, they push away from the three-back. Oh, I don't want a three, it's too defensive. But what it can allow you to do is get an extra man forward, and we really saw that with Reece James. Chelsea did play with, it was quite clearly a four across midfield there, and then the three at the back. And that did cause us problems. I said in my preview that I thought we should match them up, go the 3-4-3 ourselves. Obviously, we didn't do that. I don't know. The hierarchy at the club seems quite out of touch with what the supporters want at the moment. I think a lot of supporters were hoping that we would switch up our formation and try and match Chelsea, because that is how we've beaten them before. We did beat them in the 4-2-3-1, I think. In Christmas we started playing that, and we beat them with that formation, but we're just not good enough at the moment. And really, I think you have to, in order to get those two fullbacks forced back, you have to have three tight forwards. So you're matching up all their centre backs man for man. So if they want to keep an extra man back there, they're going to have to drop one of the wing backs back, and then you can use your wing backs as well to really pin them in. But just with the three forwards and the space of the fullbacks, we didn't pin them in at all. So both goals, KT was quite narrow, and I'm not sure if that's design or if he just thinks Mari's shit and he's trying to cover Mari, or if the idea was to keep him tight. But if the idea is to keep him tight, then why isn't Saka back covering the wide man? Is that instruction? Is that just Saka going on a little frolic of his own there? Not entirely up to pace with things yet. You can't get too stuck into Saka, because he's probably our best player, or had been our best player, certainly for a period anyway. You can't give Reece James that much space. He's one of the best fullbacks in the league. I'd love to have him at Arsenal, particularly because we don't have a fucking right back at the moment. But yeah, we gave him too much space, and they scored two goals. I thought Havertz keeping that ball in on the second goal. I think that was the second goal. I thought that was pretty slick from him. I think he's going to have a good season. And a lot of the flop shouts might fade away. Not that they shouldn't have already faded away, because the guys popped up with some crucial goal involvements, and what more can you ask for out of one of your players? One thing I was concerned about with our midfield was that it seemed to me like the Smith ESR, he was pressing Jorginho and Kovacic in the middle, and they found it quite easy to knock the ball past him quite a lot. But he seemed to be pressing alone a lot. I don't know if that's design. I don't think Xhaka can press. Lokonga was kind of holding the midfield by himself because Xhaka was left. We were just a shambles, man. There's not really much to say. It's the same problems. We don't have a midfield. At some point, you kind of have to look at the person who's setting up the pieces on the pitch and say, is this your plan? Or, because it clearly isn't fucking working at the moment. I thought, Orba looked a bit sharper. He looked hungry to bag some goals. So hopefully we can get him rolling and get him into it. There's a bit of a rumour. Now this is a funny thing because I'm never tired, but doing this, the talking constantly seems to make me yawn, guys, which is quite funny. Definitely not keeping me up. It is 20-3 on a Tuesday, so definitely not tired. There's a rumour floating around that Orba might be going to Man City. I don't believe that would happen, to be honest. But there is absolutely no doubt in my mind that if he were to go there, he'd bag 20 league goals and we'd look like fucking mugs, because that's the way that Arsenal do business. We sell players that can still help us and buy players that we're not sure if they can. I've seen this whole English core shit before, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with buying established fucking world-class players to make your team better, even if you have to buy fewer of them. We had a lot of holes to plug. I understand that, but fuck me. Things are looking... They're looking pretty fucking dire at the moment. We need a new fucking right back. At the moment, we have 4 choices there. Chambers, I don't know if he wasn't fit in that match against Brentford or what, but certainly fallen out of favour with Arteta because that was a crap performance and he didn't get the nod in the next game. Of course, Cedric started at right back for us. Cedric's never been good enough for me, so him having a pretty anonymous game is not a surprise. I think if Bellerin was available, Bellerin probably would have paid, but I don't think that Bellerin's head is at Arsenal at the moment. I think he wants to leave, and I think we should let him leave, or hopefully find a suitor for him to leave. I feel like the problem there might be Bellerin's own valuation of what his next team prospects are. He probably wants to go to a better club than the sort of clubs that would be willing to buy him, and Arsenal probably want a better price than what people are willing to pay, because we always seem to overrate our players, overvalue our players, and it ends up fucking us in the end. But yeah, Bellerin's head's not here. Cedric has never been good enough. Chambers doesn't look fit. I don't think he's good enough anyway. I don't want to be centre-back playing at right-back as our right-back. I don't think that's it, to be honest. I think that's fucking stupid. I think we should go and buy a competent right-back. The frustrating one of our 4 right-backs for me is Ainsley. Oh, well, they're all frustrating in their own way, but Ainsley is the most frustrating for me. I think he has the attributes to be a good right-back, but the dickhead doesn't want to play there. I think that ship has sailed now. I think we just need to get rid of him. It's weird because when you go back to last year and you look at that offer from Wolves for 15 mil, you'd probably take that now. You'd definitely take that now, but at the time, none of us wanted to sell him because he's he is a good asset. He does have good attributes. I really like Maitland-Niles, but he's just he's fucked us off really, and I don't get why, because playing right back for Arsenal Football Club, I don't think that's that bad of a job, to be honest. Yeah, but we need a right back. As to who we go and get, I don't really give a toss as long as they're good. I like Baku. We seem to be exclusively buying homegrown players, so I guess you could go get Max Aarons. I don't know. One thing is for sure, that anything is probably better than the shit show that we have at the moment, and I think it'll be important for Ben White as well. Hopefully he can develop a bit of a relationship with the right back. I don't think any of the right backs that we have at the moment can do the job that Tariq Lamptey did for Ben White, albeit Lamptey was a wing back. But I think we do need to have someone that has similar attributes to Lamptey, i.e. they can get up the pitch and make runs for White to find them with long balls, or just quick passing, or driving and passing through to them. There have been some rumours of some outgoing guys. Fucking Eddie and Ketamine is maybe on his way out to Crystal Palace, I believe. Vieira really doing us a solid there. The thing with this, like, a lot of Arsenal fans always complain that we undervalue our players, and Ketamine is linked with a £10 million move. Now, he's got 1 year left on his contract, I think, something like that. But the thing is, when you're selling players from a team that's not doing well, a team that is, an established mid-table team, and that team is saying, we don't even think this guy is good enough to make it with us, you're gonna be hard pressed to sell the players for a high value. People point at like a Brewster from Liverpool, but that is a fucking hard team to break into. At the time that he was sold, still is a hard team to break into, to be honest. Yeah, but they're able to get the value for him because they can. There is a narrative there that he is a very talented, exciting player, but that he just can't break into that Liverpool team because it's just too good. People look at our fringe players and say they can't even break into that shit Arsenal team. Why would they pay £20 million? Even the contract stuff aside, Eddie has a lot of good stuff to his name. He's young, he's homegrown, he's bagged more goals in the under-23s than anyone else. Although, to be honest, that is a bad thing, i.e. he hasn't progressed into men's football early enough that he has spent a lot of time there and he's bagged a lot of goals. But he does have good attributes. He does score goals, and he can score goals, and for like a mid-table team, I think he'd be quite a good player. But unfortunately, if you can't even break into our shit team that only scored 50 goals a season last year and sucks fucking ass, no one is going to fucking pay any money for you. And that's just fucking the way it is. That is just the way it is. You can't compare us to a Chelsea and their sales. You can't compare us to a Liverpool and their sales, because those teams are in a completely different spot to us. Completely fucking different. So pull your fucking heads out of your ass. That one winds me up. Kolasinac, it looks like we're going to let him go or some shit. Release his contract. I don't give a fuck what we do with that guy. Put him out in the middle of the field and let him go free. As far as I'm concerned, goodbye. We had him on too high wages because we brought him in on a free transfer. We're never going to get any money for him. Fair enough. Latest brother, William might be off to Brazilian team, I think. Someone's got to fucking hold the L on that one, to be honest, guys. You can't be doing that. brought in a player. He's on high wages. We played the absolute crap out of him last season, even though he wasn't doing well. He had a crap season, and then we're now trying to flog him on. We'll probably have to pay some of his wages. Someone has to firm the L on that, because that is absolutely horrendous business. And whoever's responsible for that decision should be fired, in my opinion. But they probably won't be. And like in our team, guys, we have moved a lot of them out, but we do have relics of mistakes of a lot of different managers. We've got Emery's mistakes, we've got Raul's mistakes, we got fucking Edu's mistakes, we got Arteta's mistakes, we got all these different people. Wenger's mistakes, Emery's mistakes. I can't remember who I've said, but it's good that we're building a younger team, I guess. But I've seen this before, and the narrative didn't end with a successful fucking Arsenal team, because it's been however many fucking years since our last league title, guys. And that's the depressing thing. So, on that very exciting note, we'll move on to a bit of a preview of the West Brom game. Now, in my opinion, this game is very important for Arteta. I don't know how important the club thinks it is for Arteta, which is what worries me. If we don't win this game, we don't score a few goals, I think the attitude around the club is going to be pretty dim, and something is going to have to happen. Either some signings or someone getting axed or something, just to try and stop the fans from rioting, because I can't see us getting anything but an L at City. And that's Saturday night here, so I will be up watching that one as well, guys. I can't see us getting anything but an L at City. So if we don't beat West Brom, and it's 4 L's out of the first 4 games, or a draw and 3 L's out of the first 4 games, and I can't see where our goals are coming from at the moment. I can't see us scoring against City. So if we have no goals in 3 games in the Premier League, especially when teams like Spurs are just picking up wins, someone's head's got to go for that, for me, guys. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think there's a project that they're building towards, and they've given our manager the keys to the car and a lot of money to try and invest. I wouldn't be surprised if it was an Edu who got the axe rather than Arteta. Is that the right thing? I don't know, because I don't see this guy's plan on the pitch when I watch our games. So who knows, guys? Who knows? This game is going to be big for someone. And I think it's a big game for our fucking strikers as well, because someone has to score a fucking goal. Like, I can't believe I'm saying that, because I grew up on Arsenal being quite a good team. Scoring goals was never a problem. But we're 2 games in, no goals scored, haven't really looked like scoring. This is West Brom. I'm not even going to predict the lineup, because I don't give a shit. I think Orbo should start. He needs to bag some fucking goals, guys. Odegaard probably should play, especially if we're going to persist with the 4-2-3-1. I want to see him at cam. The thing about Odegaard is that I think he might be quite good for Pepe. Pepe looked decent with feeding him the balls, the through balls. The problem with that is Saka did not look good with Odegaard. So I don't know what's going to happen there. They sort of got in each other's way a lot, I thought. But hopefully they can learn to play together. Anything other than a 2-0 victory, I think, is a fucking joke. And, I want to see a reaction from the club. If we don't score, I am extremely worried about how this season goes if we don't score. Um, that's it from me, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the new intro. This one's been a bit longer than usual. I'll probably see you all on Twitter before or during or after the West Brom game. I'll be up watching 5 a.m. in the morning. Shout out to all the fucking fans all over the world that get up at ridiculous times to watch us fucking suck. That is fucking dedication, and that is why I decided to give my thoughts on Arsenal, guys. To represent the rest of the world, because there's a lot of UK guys out there doing this, but there's not many from our part of the world. So, like, subscribe, fucking share the video or whatever you can do, guys. Thank you very much. I'll see you all after the fucking game, and hopefully we get it done. I'm predicting a 2-0 win to the Arsenal. Latest.